Day 5 of the Blitz. Survived. We got 5 days left, boys. We gotta start getting these deals going. Not gonna lie, it's been really slow. I have not been performing to the levels I wanted to. However, I will say every single day I've been taking notes, and I've been learning a ton from this Blitz. And I also started giving myself grace because as much as I would love to have super high standards for myself, hell yeah, bro, I'm gonna do fucking 100K in 3 months. The reality is this is something I've never done, so I've been starting to judge myself based off different standards, and I've been starting to feel a lot better. For me, it's okay, so I'm starting to judge myself off, instead of how many appointments I'm getting, I'm judging myself off how many doors I'm knocking. From there, how fast I'm moving. From there, it's how many people am I getting in front of, and then when I get in front of people, how often am I going through my entire presentation? When they give an objection, am I just giving up, or am I getting over the objection and then continuing with the presentation? I'm okay, today I got over three to four objections before I then stopped. Before I was doing getting over two objections. So that's how I've been my progress. And since I've been doing it like that, it's been a lot better. You know what I mean? And not only that, but also today, it went pretty good. We got on the doors at 1 o'clock. Then from there, went on lunch around 4:20. After that, got back on the door to 4:50. It was prime time. Prime time's when everyone's home. It's from that area of time block, 9. Well, really, anytime after 5 o'clock is prime time, because today I was out late. I started knocking with my regional manager, this guy, and named Corey. So I was knocking with him, and I learned a ton, because it was nice, because I'm knocking with a lot of different people, but it's hard because sales is one of those things that it's really hard to learn if someone isn't like you. You know what I mean? Because if someone's personality is nothing like you, they can tell you all this stuff, and you can try to replicate them, but you're just not gonna have much success because your personalities are different. You know what I mean? So it was nice knocking with him because we're basically the same person. Obviously we're different, but when it comes to our overall approach, demeanor, we're very similar. Stature, pretty much similar. So it was really nice because I could now just replicate him, because he's so much like me, and he's obviously a top performer. He's made a lot of money in the door industry. So to be knocking with him, I thought was super awesome. And for him, from him, the main thing I learned is just really not caring. And for him, it's really about, you're there for a purpose, so you should stop apologizing. It's really, the reason we're here really is serious. We're not trying to come down on anyone. However, the rates are increasing. They're going up 37%. A lot of the neighbors have been really upset about this. So I'm the reason we're here is important. It's the fight back against the utility company. I mean, you're already paying Duke now, right? Yeah, of course. So you're already paying for it. So why would you not do it? Why would you not want a lower bill? You know what I mean? That's not exactly what I say, but it gives you an idea. Long story short, today I was with him. I learned that, he said, I'm dude, I want to be a top performer. I said, I'm going to be a top performer. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm for me, I never said it was going to happen overnight, but I know it's going to happen. Because I'm dude, just tell me what I got to do to become the best, and I'll do it. And he's all right, man. He's step one, you got to memorize the pitch. So from there, you can become more natural, make it more conversational. Because the problem I have now is I'm at the point where I have the pitch memorized, but as soon as I get, on the door, and it's I'm going through the presentation, everything's perfect, someone will hit me with the first objection, right? And then I'll be struggling to get back on the script, and then I then spiral off into BS land, and then that's why I'm not getting appointments. So I learned that it's I thought that I had the pitch memorized, but until I can really see the pitch in out of order, I don't have it memorized. So I still am working on my pitch, and then from there it's after that it's then I can work on objections, and then from there it really is just digging more. And just becoming, just getting used to it. Because, the reality is it takes, I think, 21 days to build a habit. I know that's not scientific, but on average it takes at least 30 days for something to become a habit. I haven't even been doing this that long. I think it's been literally about 2 weeks now since I've been in Florida, and I can tell you, not even, because I got here like the 10th. So it's been like about 10 days, and I can tell you guys, since I've been here, I've learned absolutely a ton. I've been learning how to control my emotions, the importance of hard work, the importance of getting on the doors early, the importance of getting off on the doors late, always being the first one to show up and being the last one to leave. I really learned that. And when it comes to also like tracking your progress, like data is king. I started tracking all my stuff, and it's like way better, because I mean, like, I can now track if I'm getting better or not. It's like, okay, are you, like, for example, for me, the only reason why I got in front of more people today was because I started tracking how many doors I was knocking. So on average, I used to knock like 10 doors a day, and I thought that was good because no one ever taught me how to work. And then I ended up getting with one of the better guys, and then he taught me that, like, I was with him, he was like doing like 20 doors an hour, and there's no difference between me and him except for he was walking faster. So literally I started walking faster, and literally by walking faster I literally 2x the people I got in front of. To put in that perspective, that means I'm getting better more and more and more, because instead of me getting in front of 10 people a day, I'm getting in front of 20 people a day. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but if you were to think about that over a period of time, I'm really doubling the amount of people I'm getting in front of. And since I'm doubling the amount of people I'm getting in front of, I'm getting better faster. Because the reality is, the most important thing to getting better is time on the doors. Like, yes, doing the training is important. Memorizing the script is important. At the end of the day, the most important thing is just getting in front of people. And literally that little thing, it's just moving faster, has made all the difference. And I always think it's so funny because I heard this quote, it was from Alex Hormozi. And basically he was like, when he was younger, he thought he was a hard worker, and the reality is he was just learning how to work. And I'm in the same boat now. It's like, all this time I thought I was working hard, and the reality is, was I working harder than the average person? Maybe. I think so. But I wasn't working as hard as I possibly could. So like now I walk, and I'm like, I knock 20 doors an hour. My thing is like, okay, since that's with me walking, how many could I knock if I started jogging from door to door? If I started jogging from door to door, what if I could do 40? If I do 40 doors a day, 40 doors an hour, bro, my production would, like, what is that, triple? Excuse me, I think my production almost quadruple. And then from there, I also learned the importance of prospecting. So, I always knew that when you knock a neighborhood, you got to come back and knock the doors you didn't hit. Like, because you got to look at the doors within, like, increments. So, like, you have, like, from 8 to 10, then you have, what was it, from 8 to 11, like 11 to 1, 1 to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 7, and then, what is that, 7 to 9, and then 9 plus. So you have, like, those are all the increments of the day. And for me, I learned the importance that in all those times, like, what someone told me the other day is, they're like, if they're like there and you knock on the door and they just don't come to it, just mark them as not interested. And today when I was with my manager, like my regional manager, he's like, nah, man. He's like, usually people just don't, they just don't end up coming to the door for the first time for whatever reason. It could be like they're in a shower, it's dinner, you're putting their baby to sleep. You don't know. So just because they don't come to the door, you just can't assume they don't want it. I'm like, yeah, man, that's a great point. So he's like, dude, I don't care if you have to knock their door 3 times a day for a whole week. Just keep on doing it until they come to the door. He's like, you shouldn't leave the neighborhood until you talk to at least 80% of the people. Because he said, if you're only talking to 20% of the neighborhood, then all your prospecting is basically a waste of time. And that was a huge paradigm shift for me, because I'm like, maybe it's not that I'm maybe it has nothing with me doing. Maybe the fact that I'm not getting sales has nothing to do with the fact that I'm not good, but it's rather just that I'm not playing the odds. Because like the odds are pretty simple. It's like, okay, this is if you're the worst person on planet Earth. This is literally the worst. If you're the worst person on planet Earth, for every 1 out of 200 people you talk to, they're gonna be a deal. So to put that in perspective, if I were to just stay in a neighborhood for like a whole week, that means by the end of the week I'll be talking to 100 people. So that means if I would be talking to 100 people, that means every 2 weeks I'll be making a deal. But it's very possible that the reason why that hasn't been happening is because I'm never getting in front of the right amount of people. Because, for example, there might be 100 houses in a neighborhood. I'll get in front of 30, when the reality was my 31st door or my 99th would have been the one that would have been the one that was going to do it. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm really explaining this right, but these videos are just meant to be natural. So yeah, those are just my lessons learned of day 5 of the Blitz. It's been a ton of fun. So yeah, I'll fill you guys in on tomorrow, and I'll see you on day 6.